going on? What? Why? What? Why am I so dark? It's like you can't even... Right, can you see me? Can you see me? It's gonna chop off my head. Ugh. What's the word I'm looking for? Transponster. That's not even a word. What was that? Oh my gosh. What is that? Hi friends, so welcome back to Farm 812. Today's video, I want to talk to you guys about how to determine how long items in your pantry and storage are going to last you. This is a question that I get all the time, and it's probably one of the hardest questions to answer if I'm honest about it, because it's a relative answer. It's going to be a little bit different for all of us. So I'm going to share a tip and a trick with you about how to determine for you and your family roughly how long items in your pantry will last you. Now, when it comes to food items, this is going to be really difficult for me to help determine for someone else. Because the rate at which you will go through individual food products, like I said, it's going to be different for every family. The best method I can suggest to you for food items would be, I will post a link to the video I created about, prepping 101, where to begin, and creating a calendar of meals for your family. That's a great way to determine how long items in your pantry are going to last you. If you can create a meal plan, that'll give you a rough idea of how long, the cans of green beans that you have on your shelf are going to last you, or your rice or pasta. Like I said, it won't be exact, but it'll be a good start and a place to begin, if you will. So I'm going to put the link to that at the end of this video. If you haven't already seen it, I suggest that you do. Go give it a watch, because it will give you some ideas about how to track your food. Now, it doesn't just apply to food products. This can apply to all of your household items. I believe it's a little easier to track the use of items outside of your food. So that's kind of what I'm going to focus on today, is how can you determine how long is it going to take you to go through a bottle of fabric softener or your shampoo and conditioner. I mean, we kind of think we might have an idea, but if you really want to begin sort of pinpointing those things and having a better idea of how long your items will last you, so this is a great tip and trick. So these are just a handful of items that I've grabbed in my home today that I tend to track. So when I first began prepping, this is an idea I had just to kind of get started and to begin determining how long something was going to last me, so I knew what is a good amount to have in my storage to last me 6 months, a year, beyond. Whatever your goal is, that's what you need to determine for. If you want to have items in your home to last you 6 months, then adjust accordingly. If you want to have items in your home that would last you a year, so you don't have, worst case scenario, you wouldn't have to go purchase things for a year, then, adjust it to that as well. So when I first started out, this is something that I began doing, and now it's just kind of routine. I tend to do it without even thinking about it on a lot of these items. And this can literally be used. This method could be used in just about everything in your home that you would stock. So things like your shampoo and your conditioner. I have fabric softener. This is extra virgin olive oil, my deodorant, toothpaste, salt, and hand soap. These are just the items that I selected to give you as a sample today. But the ways that you can begin tracking your consumption or use of these items is simply by dating them. So, for instance, I'm going to move in here. As you can see, I placed the date on my toothpaste the day that I opened it. So on the last day of use, I will be able to see how long it took me to use this tube of toothpaste. I've done the same thing with deodorant. The day that I began using the product is the date that I place on there. Now I get it, like some of the items that you'll have out in your home, such as your hand soap where everybody will see, that's not an attractive or appealing thing to have a date written on it. So just put it on the bottom. Nobody will be the wiser, right? But I will let you know, if you do put the date of the item out in the open on items such as your hand soap, it will be a great conversation starter and a way that you can share with your friends and family that you're a prepper and encouraging them to begin doing those things as well. It's a great conversation starter if you need one. But yeah, so just if you'll place a date on the item the first time that you use it, and then calculate that on the last day that you use that item, that'll give you a rough estimate of how quickly you'll go through that item. So if I know it takes me 2 months to go through a tube of toothpaste and I want a year's supply, well, I only have to have 6 of them on hand to know I have a year's supply. My deodorant, if I go through 1 a month, obviously I would need 12 to get me through a year. So these are just a basic way that you can begin tracking the use of your items. Before I began doing this, I thought I had a pretty good idea of how long it took me to go through different items. And I was actually kind of surprised once I actually saw it in writing, how long it was taking me to use some of those items. Some of it I was off by about a month. And so that was surprising, and that went both ways. I got a month longer use out of some items than I thought I was getting, but on other things that I thought I was getting a longer use out of, I was actually going through quite a bit quicker than I thought I was. So this is just a beginner's guide to tracking how long it'll take you to go through your items. I'm always open to suggestions. If you have a different method that you've been using in your home to track how long it takes you to go through different items, I'd love to hear from you. How do you do it? If you haven't even thought about a tracking method, let me know. Does this sound like something that might work for you and your family? Today we are experiencing the remnants of the hurricane. I think you're calling it Helena. Gosh, forgive me if I'm wrong, but our area is experiencing some of the rainfall that's pushing north and northwest from that hurricane. So this is just a great day for me to go through my home, check my pantry for items that might need restocking, since we're going to be in the house much of the day because of the rain. How are you spending your day? I hope that you are able to snuggle up with a blanket and a good book on such a rainy day. If you're having sunshine in your area, I might be just a little bit jealous, but as always, guys, continue prepping, share your tips and tricks with your friends. If this video has been a benefit to you, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you've been here. Comments are always welcome. And if you feel like this video might benefit someone else, please share it with them. I'd love to grow our community and become more prepared tomorrow than we all were today. And until the next video, I'll be praying for you.